All right, last set, guys, number 10. All right, we have to decide if this is linear, quadratic, exponential, or inverse. Well, linear, the change in y over the change in x is always the same. Quadratic, the second difference is the same. Exponential has the common multiplier. And inverse variation is where the x goes up, the y goes down. And x times y is always the same number. So let's go ahead and see. So we've got 2 to 4 is plus 2, 4 to 8 is plus 4, 8 to 16 is plus 8, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. 2 divided by 1 is not the same as 4 divided by 1 is not the same as 8 divided by 1. So if we're talking in speeds, the speed changes, so it's not linear. We can cross that one out. Let's test for the second difference. We've got 2 plus 4, we got plus 2 here, and we've got plus 4 here. So the second difference is different, so no. Let's check for a common multiplier. Is there something I can multiply all the way down all of these y's? Well, there is. It's times 2, and times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. And so we have that common multiplier, so it is exponential. Why? Because the common multiplier is 2. All right, so next one. Negative 2 to 4, we had to add 6. 4 to 10, we had to add 6. 10 to 16, we had to add 6. Add 1, add 1, add 1. Same rate all the way down, isn't it? So it's definitely linear because the change in y over the change in x is always the same. All right, last one. 12 to 6, I went down 6. Then I went down 2. Then I went down 1. Here I went up 1, up 1, up 1. Well, it's definitely not linear. And so let's try the second difference. To go from negative 6 to negative 2, I had to add 4. To go from negative 2 to negative 1, I had to add 1. So the second difference isn't the same, so it's not quadratic. I can't, to get from 12 to 6, I'd have to multiply by 0.5. 6 times 0.5, no, so it's not exponential. We know it's inverse variation, but we have to be able to prove it. So how do we prove this? Well, here's how you prove it. 1 times 12 is 12. 2 times 6, 12. 3 times 4, 12. 4 times 3, 12. If x times y is always the same number, then you have inverse variation. And finally, this one is, let's see, 16 to 13, I went down 3. 13 to 8, I went down 5. Then I went down 7. Plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. It's definitely not linear. Let's check the second difference. From here to here, I had to go down 2. Here to here, I had to go down 2. Awesome. Quadratic because the second difference is the same. All right, these guys. You had to pick 2 of these and define them. Backtracking is when you make a mistake, you go back, learn from the mistake, and come up with a new process. The aha moment is when you go, oh, now I get it. And the conceptual leap is when on your own, independently, you take 2 pieces of information and you put them together and make a connection. You're leaping from one idea to the other on your own. All right, guys, great job. Go back and make sure that you staple your corrections to the back of your test. Turn them in, and you can get started on your homework. Have a great Thanksgiving break. Bye.